Well, hopefully I didn't trigger anything for you guys, but I definitely want to hear from Mindy because I could see you cringing over here when I mentioned the trypophobia. Can you describe that a little bit more for those who don't know what that means?
It's terrible. So it's like, it's not, it's not big holes. It's not like, oh no, look, I'm afraid of the Grand Canyon. It's not like that. It's like these teeny little holes, or like if you envision like a pile of ants, like hundreds of them. You see it from afar and you're like, what is that? I can't really tell. Oh, it's moving. Oh my God. And like just the teeny, it's a bunch of like teeny little holes, dots, what have you. Like some trees have like those little like knob things on them, and they're like all over the trees. Like it just makes my skin crawl.
I feel that. And that's actually a really kind of newer one that came up on social media, but I wanted to bring it up because that's actually a trending phobia because people purposefully make videos of these holes, of these textures of trypophobia that really just give people that ick, and hopefully you don't stumble across it. Yes.
I have a couple friends who have it, and there's like certain things that they're like, oh, I don't want to look at that.
Yeah, not a fan. But I did ask our hosts what they fear, and we're actually going to guess what each of our phobia is. All right. So I'm actually going to start with Mindy.
Okay.
So she also has trypophobia.
Okay.
But Mindy also has, you ready for this?
Okay.
Ophidiophobia.
What is that?
Any guesses to what Ophidiophobia is?
Can we have a
Fear of loofahs?
Fear of
Name
loofahs?
Obadiah?
Okay, I'll give you a hint. It's an animal
Okay.
of a reptile kind.
Oh, snake. Is that fear of snakes?
That is the fear of snakes.
Seriously?
It's called that.
I didn't either.
I didn't know
I
that.
feel like I should be more familiar with that term.
Yeah.
What's the
I
derivative
saw
of
a
that
rattlesnake
word?
this weekend.
You
Ooh.
did?
Yes.
And were you creeped out?
Yes, and I don't have a fear of snakes, but it was very startling. And I was with my dog, and my dog and I both, she didn't even notice it, the dog, and I almost stepped on the snake. And so I was like, ugh,
Oh my God.
and we like quickly moved out of the way, and then you see its little rattle on the end, and like,
That's scary.
slowly, the snake wasn't even startled.
Yeah.
He just slowly like moved on his way.
Oh, yeah.
That was my first rattlesnake.
But when you told me the snake one, I was like, relatable, because not a fan of snakes either.
Yeah.
So don't like those. But Carolyn, I'll go to you next. Yours has a little disclaimer on it, but I think we might be able to guess Carolyn's.
Okay.
But Carolyn has pyrophobia.
Oh.
Fire?
But specifically, what did you message me?
Dying in a fire. That sounds horrible.
fair.
That's fair.
Honestly, I would say dying in a fire or drowning are just equal for me. Like,
Yeah.
but
What about
I
being
I
in a
don't.
boat and the water's on fire and
They're
you're
both,
drowning
like,
in it.
suffocating.
I
Oh my
would
gosh.
jump in the water.
Oh my gosh.
I would jump in the water for sure. I'm a great swimmer, so dying in a fire sounds like more awful or more likely.
Maybe you were a witch in another life.
Another life.
No, but then it's all, no, dying in a fire is
That's horrible.
so valid.
Yeah.
Horrible.
I'll actually go next. I have thalassophobia. Any guesses to what that is?
Say it again.
Thalassophobia.
Thalassa.
And I'll give you a hint.
Who knows
You
that?
actually just said it.
Drowning.
Drowning.
Wow.
Drowning is my biggest fear.
Oh,
Water in
wow.
general. So thalassophobia
Okay.
applies to deep water or drowning.
Okay.
And I have both.
Are you a good swimmer?
No.
Oh,
When I was 13 years old, I got caught in a riptide and had a hunky lifeguard come out and save
well,
me.
You did that
but
on
the almost
purpose.
dying in a
Sounds good.
wave part was enough for me to be like,
Yeah.
I'm more of a beach lounger than a go
Yeah.
in the water person. But drowning for me, nope, absolutely not. That's
That's
definitely one of my
scary.
fears.
So much panic.
Yeah,
So much
so
panic.
don't like
Especially
that
in a
one.
riptide, I can see that clearly.
Yeah.
I've been caught in a riptide, and it can be very scary if you don't know how to like calm down and just like ride the wave.
Oh my God, and when you're a kid like that, being like,
Yeah.
oh gosh.
Yeah.
And lastly, Cammie has, you ready for this one? Arkoudaphobia. Ooh, that's fun to say. Arkoudaphobia. This is also another animal. A big animal.
Bears.
Yeah.
Bears
Really?
is
Yeah, that's really
correct.
good.
Yes, Cammie has a fear of bears. Why?
Why not? They can do everything. They can climb the tree and get you, or they'll just wait under the tree and get you. They can swim and get you, and then get some fish too. Or they can just knock down the tree
Or
and
they can
get
just,
you.
like,
They can
go into
open
your
doors.
house.
They can open doors. I've seen them at like lodges and stuff. They open doors. They come into your house and open your refrigerator. They don't care. They can open your
Sleep in your bed.
Yes, eat your porridge. Eat your porridge. They gotta go. They could put your Goldilocks on, your wigs on, and walk around that. No, bears have got to go.
Okay, no
That's
camping
scary.
trips for Cammie
No, I will
because
not.
a bear is going to come
You know, a
with
friend
a vengeance.
invited us to go to Gatlinburg, and they have these wonderful cabins that are very beautiful up in the mountains, and you can go, oh yeah, you'll see bears. No, that means they come and they eat out of your trash can and try to kill you. I'm not going to Gatlinburg. I'm just saying they're very nice people there, but it's not happening.
Cammie
No.
also has one more fear that I actually kind of made up the word by combining it.
Oh
so
my.
this is a made up
I
one, but
think
it
this
makes
is
sense.
bigger.
She has Acrophobia.
Yeah,
Okay,
it sounds like
follow
From
it's
heights?
Acrophobia is the heights one.
Heights.
Yes.
Globo is balloons. So
Oh, like hot air balloons.
she fears hot air balloons.
Okay.
Where does that
Being
come
in
from?
Okay, let's just talk about it. So there was a cartoon back in the day when I was younger, and it was H&R Puff and Stuff, right? And this kid goes in a hot air balloon on a beautiful, magical, sunny day, and this wind comes and takes him away and blows him to this magical place where like the flutes talk and people try to kill you, and you never get home. So I am traumatized. Like there's no way it was so
Really?
bad that the next season, Sid and Marty Krofft, the producers, changed the opening and put him in a magic boat because the kids were having so many problems with the balloon.
you weren't the only one?
No.
A generation.
Yeah. So if you want to like give me
Wow.
champagne and put me in a hot air balloon, it's never going to happen. I am never getting in a hot air balloon
That's
because you blow away and
I guess
you
that
can't
makes
come
sense.
back.
You can't really
You can't come back.
control it.
No, you're just flying away forever and then you die.
See,
No.
my bucket
And
list
then you
item
die.
is to go to one of those hot air balloon festivals in New Mexico and ride on a hot
I'm
air
from
balloon.
Albuquerque,
Yes.
and it's a balloon
Oh my
fiesta
gosh!
right now.
Wait, so have you been in a hot air balloon?
I
Wait,
have
right now?
not,
Okay.
but I've seen hundreds of
So,
them like
yes.
take off.
In
Just
St. Louis, where I'm
Quincy.
from,
Uh-huh.
my husband's birthday is September 19th, and every year they have the St. Louis Glowing, where they have all the hot air balloons come together, and at night they turn them on with the fire, and they all glow, and then people come, they have drinks, they have a good time, and then the next day they have the great park race where they have all the balloon races. It's beautiful, and they're all in the sky, and I am completely terrified. Completely terrified. Oh, it's so pretty. Oh my God, we're gonna die. It's gorgeous, but no, no.
Well, it's not your fault. You have acroglobophobia.
Yes.
Yes.
So
I'm
checks
traumatized
out.
as a child.
And I had to promise our host that I wasn't
Cartoons.
going to use their fear against them. So I hope you guys can trust me now. I'm not going to use it against you or bring a bear
You're gonna
costume.
throw me into a burning
next-
building?
Yeah. Oh gosh.
Thank
Not going to
you.
bring any
Bear.
snakes. But thank you for being vulnerable and sharing your biggest fears with me.
Yeah, I want to hear your phobias. Make sure you chat in our
Tell
chat
us.
line. Make sure you like subscribe so you know exactly what we're talking about.